Hi everybody, welcome back to RSVT, which stands for Rennsport Vintage Technology. Today we show you the project documentation of our car number 5. Perhaps you have seen our previous cars. Here number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. And today you see number 5. This is the base car from where we started. It's a Carrera 2 from 1991 without sunroof. It's a manual gear shift, very nice condition, and the color code of this car was 37E, Weichenblau metallic. Inside the car, mixture of white, gray and black. Project start was at a mileage of nearly 115k, and even if the car had a revised engine just 6,000 kilometers ago, we took it out because we had bigger plans. An engine bay like in the good old days, matte black, better brakes. And here you see how Ewald Schertl from Schertl Racing built the brand new 3.8 liter engine, RSR studs, RSR pistons, 3.8 liter cylinder set, the heads and valves modified, RSR springs, 3.0 Club Sport camshaft, original crank, rods and rocker arms got fine-tuned, larger intake and valves, 75mm throttle in a large central plenum, sport clutch and light flywheel, tailor-made two-way high-performance race exhaust system from M&M to support the retro style. All assembled and mounted. Looks pretty stock, but even the first test on the dyno has shown very nice results. Fine-tuning of the engine and final setup of the suspension can happen later. Now it's time for bodywork. We dismantled totally the car. The car is in very good condition, basically no rust. We have new parts, this time in carbon Kevlar, fenders and arches in correct RSR shapes. We redesigned the front, this time totally, to get an ST style, even with some details of the early 911 from 65 to 67. Chrome mirrors inside and outside. Outside we will use Talbot. Suspension system is KW Club Sport version 3. It's time to prepare for respray. Wheel houses in matte black. Concealed parts in sand beige to mount the body parts before respray to get perfect gap dimensions. The first layer is filler and we gave them a long time to dry out. Then we polish off before the next layer is coming. Paint parts from inside and from the outside with the second layer, the primer. Also, this layer gets enough time to dry out. And then we are ready to prepare the car for the final respray. We wrap the areas and we paint the car in sand beige, color code 6807 from the year 1968. Last check of the ST design of the spoiler before we build the molds and get the final part. And then we can respray also the other bumpers. We produce the rear spoiler so that we can integrate the grille from the early 911. And we can start with the final assembly of the car. All parts are ready, painted, and step by step we see the final design of the car coming together. And because details are so important, sometimes we have to replace certain parts and to use the correct parts. Integrate the correct strut bar from the 964 Cup. And since the wheels make it the car, we make them really nice. And it took long to find these kind of center caps. But now we can start redesign the interior, the dashboard, the radio, the door handle, the seat shells, the gorgs in the design of the early 911. The upholsterer parts come slowly but surely. This time we bring in the boucle carpet, the roll bar, the seats, and the Momo steering wheel, all in very fine leather. And finally a nice cover for the trunk space. Then the car is ready and is back home in the garage. More pictures and the car in action you see in part 2 of this document.